Hello, welcome back to the channel. So we're getting ready to make the modification on the class 33. So here we have the motor already. As you can see, if I can get in focus, I have put the gear on this. So I trimmed it down using a craft knife. So if you're going to use one of these, be extremely careful. Okay, so I'm going to offer it up to the housing here. There's two little holes. If I can show you, there's some holes in the top of the housing. I'm going to feed the wires through. Going to do that now, and then put it into the housing, put the gears back on, and see if it turns freely. And when I do that, I'll move on to the next step. So let's see how we get on. So here we go. So here is the original block, and here's the 3D printed housing with the motor in. Now it took a bit of effort getting the 3D motor into this housing, but it's worked, and now she's in place with the two original screws. So you can see the white gear there sticking through. Hopefully it is not butted too much up against the side of the housing here. I'm going to put the gears in, hand turn it, and see if it runs freely. Okay, let's see. I'll do that now and we'll have a look how we get on. Now, so far so good. So when I turn these gears by hand, I can see the white gear in there turning freely. So that's a good start. Now we have the motor in place, held in by the 3D printed housing, and the gear is in. It doesn't seem to be sticking or nothing. So this is a good start. So I'm going to move on to the next phase now and show you how I get on. Now, so I have tested this motor. I just put the wires onto the track, tested it, and this seems to be running nice and smooth and freely. That's a good start. Okay, so this is the 8-pin socket that the decoder eventually will go into, and as you can see on 4 tabs there, I've applied some solder. Not very neatly, but it'll do. It'll be grand. Okay, now this is basically going to be wired in like a DCC chip, because this will be accepting a DCC chip. So on this board here, on those 4 corners, there is some information written, very, very small. So what I did was, basically on a piece of paper here, I've drawn a very rough diagram of this item, this 8-pin socket. So the 4 tabs on the corner correspond. This is what's written on this actual board here. So motor orange, track red, track black, and motor grey. So we have 2 motors, 1 orange, 1 grey, 2 rails, or 2 tracks I should say, 2 tracks, 1 red and 1 black. So what does that mean? Right, we come to the instructions for what would be a standard Hornby decoder. Now if you look in here, the first one you see there is orange, motor right. Then we have black, left rail or left track, grey, motor left, and red, right rail. So they actually correspond to this board. Now, what does that all mean? Okay, so when it comes to our motor, turn it around the right way. One of these is going to be motor right, and one of them is going to be motor left. The pickup that goes onto this, and then the clip that goes at the under end of the locomotive, will be rail right or rail left. So I have to figure that out now. I'm going to do that, and I'll come straight back to you. Now, in true Blue Peter fashion, here's one that I've done before. It's a class 26. So just showing you here, this wire, if you can see it, going to the clip underneath this bogie, I have traced that back to the red wire. So that means this clip here that goes under the motor bogie here, that will be right rail red. So that means that this clip here for the other rail will be left rail black. So it's starting to make sense now. So the motor here, this wire furthest here, soldered onto this side of the motor. I trace that back to the orange wire. That means this side is motor right, which means this is motor left. It's not that confusing, it just can seem a little bit tricky when you're starting off. I did a good few of these in a row and it's really not that tricky at all. So, rail right, rail left, motor right, motor left. So now we can marry that up with our 8-pin socket. I'm going to do that now. Okie dokie. So we're making a bit more progress now. So I have soldered onto the rear trailing bogie a wire, and soldered to the motor pickup. We have a wire soldered in there. So just to show you how it all works. So this wire here is the right rail. It will be going to this tab here. We have the trailing bogie, which is the left rail. That will be going to this tab here. And we have the two motor wires. The right hand one will be going to this tab here, and the left hand one will be going to this tab here. And we should be all good to go. Now, just to show you, so I can test her in the end, here is the blanking plug. So we don't have the DCC chip at the moment. The blanking plug can be put into this socket, and I can test this on analog. Fingers crossed. So, going to solder away and let's see how we get on. So here we go, a bit more progress again. I have the chassis in, this bogie clip is secured in place, the pickup for the motor bogie in place, and soldered to the board. Now we have to get these two wires soldered in their points. Might have to put a little extension piece on this, so I'm going to do that and come back, and then hopefully we might be able to get to test this. Now all four wires are wired into the 8-pin socket board, and I'm going to put in the blanking chip. So as I said before, there's a little number 1 on this, which will correspond with the number 1 here on the side of the board, and there's even a white little arrow there showing you where that inserts. I'm going to put that in, pop her on the track, and let's see how we go. Now guys, I've had success. Now, this is my second time trying this. The first time it ran, but when I was selecting left, it was going right. When I was selecting right, it was going left. That's quite common. So sometimes with these two wires coming out of the new CD motor, it's not as easy to tell which is motor right and motor left. All that was required was unsoldering those two wires and swapping them around. Job done. So let's have a look at the movement on this locomotive now. Turn on the power real slowly. Very smooth and very steady and lovely and quiet. Now, one thing I was a little bit worried about was enough tension in those wires to go around the corner. Let's check. Wow. How smooth is that? I'm going to pop the body on and give her a run. Well, we've had success here. Might do a little bit of fettling with this locomotive. Maybe get some thinner wire for the front motor bogie there. But that is big time improvement in performance, and I cannot wait to get a DCC chip and put it in this. What do you think of that? That's not bad, is it? It looks so much more realistic. She was on speed setting 20 there, which is pretty low on the controller. And just bumped her up an absolute notch above 20. And it looks really good now. I'm very, very happy with this. I'm just going to see how slow I actually can get her to go. Wow, this is ridiculous. She's still moving. She is still moving. Bit of dirty track. Yeah, this has been a success. Marked improvement in the performance of the locomotive. Don't have to serve this anymore. Just clean the wheels, probably do that. Might get a new piece of wiring for the front here, as I said, because it'll move that even bit freer. Now I can put a decoder in it. Now, next video I'm going to fit the decoder and program her in, probably program her in as 33, because she's a class 33. I may take this even further with this locomotive. I might think about fitting new buffers to her, doing a little bit of weathering. I might even see if I can get flush glazing for the windows and fit handrails of some kinds. I'll see if I can do that and just really improve the look of it. And yeah, it's very exciting. Absolutely delighted to show you one more time the movement of this locomotive. She is so smooth on the track. That's crazy. Wow, I tell you, fair play to Strathpeffer. If you want to do this kind of thing, check him out. As I said, he's done the work for you. He's 3D printed, can't get the words out, 3D printed the housing that will go in the locomotive you're working on, and a little bit work involved, and it does help to have a pair of helping hands. Where are they? They're back in the box there, and a wire strippers as well for doing this. Listen guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. As I said, next video I'm going to put the decoder in it, program her in, and see how she runs on DCC. Until then, everyone look after yourselves. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, bye.